Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanaಭಾಯ Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praye Rejanti Hi Sumedasa Kali Kali Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar Nama Hoita Haya Sarva Jagata Nistar Grantera Arambha Kori Mangala Charana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinera Smarana Hoya Vigana Vinashana Anayasa Safal Nija Vanshita Purana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for taking out your most valuable time. I'm so grateful to all of you for joining this Shastra study circle or to read scriptures together in the association of devotees. It's very, very enriching, very, very enlightening, very, very powerful for our spiritual advancement. So today we'll talk about this topic, which I think is relevant for everyone, to see God everywhere, right? This is the topic for today. And I've chosen a verse from Ishopanishad, which is text number 6 of Ishopanishad. And this theme is not just in Ishopanishad, but actually we'll find this in Bhagavad Gita, we'll find this in Bhagavatam, we'll find this everywhere. So let's try to dive into this topic. I'm going to share my screen so we can all read the verse. This is Ishopanishad book, which has 18 verses. And this is the 6th verse. It's a small book. Some of you may have it. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani evanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijugupsate. Would someone like to recite?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you are sharing your desktop but not the screen. Right.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry for that. Thank you for letting me know. I hope I shared the right one now. I'll recite one more time because it was not visible before. यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मनि एवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते. Would one or two devotees like to recite this? Anyone?
Can I try, Prabhu?
Yes, please.
Shri Sarvam, Hare Krishna. Yastu sarvani bhutanya atmanya evanupashyati sarvabhuteshu chatmanam tato na vijuk vijuguptaste.
Right. Thank you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He who systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcel, and who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Wow. Never hates anything or any being. Interestingly, we were just in the kids' class on Sunday and we saw the same thing, that a pure devotee never has too much attachment for anything or any being. And now the same thing is coming here also. So, he who systematically sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord, seeing all living entities as his part and parcel, and who see the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. Purport: this is a description of the Mahabhagavad, the great personality who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord's presence is realized in three stages. Kanishta is the lowest stage of realization. He goes to a place of worship, such as a temple, church, mosque, according to his religious faith, and worships there according to the scriptural injunctions. Devotees in this stage consider Lord to be present in the place of worship and nowhere else. They cannot ascertain who is in what position in devotional service, nor can they tell who has realized the Supreme Lord. Such devotees follow the routine formulas and sometimes quarrel amongst themselves, considering one type of devotion better than another. These Kanishta Adhikaris are actually materialistic devotees who simply trying to transcend the material boundary to reach the spiritual plane. Someone else wants to read from here? Anyone would like to try reading?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I can read it.
Yes, Anshul Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Those who have attained the second stage of realization are called Madhyama Adhikaris. These devotees observe the distinction between four categories of being. Number one, the Supreme Lord. Two, the devotees of the Lord. Three, the innocent who have no knowledge of the Lord. And the atheists who have no faith in the Lord and hate those in devotional service. The Madhyama Adhikari behaves differently towards these four classes of person. He adores the Lord, considering him the object of love. He makes friends with those who are in devotional service. He tries to awaken the dormant love of God in the hearts of innocent. And he avoids the atheists who dread the very name of the Lord. Above the Madhyama Adhikari is the Uttama Adhikari, who sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord. Such a devotee does not discriminate between an atheist and a theist, but sees everyone as part and parcel of God. He knows that there is no essential difference between a vastly learned Brahmana and a dog in the street, because both of them are part and parcel of the Lord, although they are encased in different bodies on account of the different qualities of their activities in their previous lives. He sees that the Brahmana particle of the Supreme Lord has not misused his title, independence given him by the Lord, that the dog particle has misused his independence and is therefore being punished by the law of nature by being encased in the form of a dog. Not considering the respective actions of Brahmana and the dog, the Uttama Adhikari tries to do good to both. Such a learned devotee is not misled by material bodies but is attracted by the spiritual spark within them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Let's read this part also, and then we'll discuss this. Those who imitate an Uttam Adhikari by flaunting a sense of oneness or fellowship, but who behave on the bodily platform are actually false philanthropists. The connection of universal brotherhood must be learned from an Uttama Adhikari and not from a foolish person who does not properly understand the individual soul or the Supreme Lord's super soul expansion who dwells everywhere. So in this section, Srila Prabhupada is talking about 3 types of devotees. Anyone recalls what are the 3 types of devotees?
Hare Krishna, Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, and Uttam Adhikari.
Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. So Kanishta we can say 3rd class, Madhyama is 2nd class, Uttama is 1st class or top class, right? Uttama, Uttam. So now let's understand, maybe let's make some table here. Or what are the qualities of Kanishta? How can we know someone is Kanishta? What is meant by Kanishta? How can we know? What do they see? What are their qualities, etc.? Any thoughts here? This 3rd class devotee. Prabhupada mentioned they are on the materialistic platform. They are materialistic devotees in nature. They're in short materialistic in nature. They're trying, but still a long way to go. They see God in temple or religious place only. Only what is important, right? According to their faith. But they fail to understand that they don't, if this choice is between serving God and Vaishnavas, they say, okay, I'll directly approach God. They'll want to bypass Guru, bypass Vaishnavas. No, this is their dealings. They don't respect other devotees. In short, they are very quarrelsome also. So they quarrel with others, even other devotees also. Why? They feel, well, I'll just go to the God in the temple. So they may be practicing, but not so, mature in their understanding. They may not have not realized the essence of scriptures, right? And they may not be able to defend with Shastra, right? And they can be easily misled also because of lack of faith, right? Lack of faith, lack of sincerity, etc. But they're trying, and if they take sincere association, Kanishtas can also become perfect Any other thoughts here in Kanishta? Did we miss any points? See, Prabhupada is writing, these Kanishta devotees are materialistic devotees who are trying to transcend. So, generally, the word materialistic is used for, non-devotees, but here we see Prabhupada is using the word, they're materialistic devotees. Interesting. Okay. What else? Now, let's talk about second class, Madhyama. What are some of the qualities of Madhyama or middle? Any thoughts? How many of you have heard these words before? Okay. Please help me. We just read, yes, Shital Mataji. We just read, right? I mean, we're just revising what we have read. What are the qualities? What are, some points
They
about Madhyama?
recognize Krishna as the supreme.
Okay. That's correct, but that's not complete. Kanishta maybe also sometimes recognize Krishna as supreme in the temple only.
They identify the devotees.
Yes, that's a very valid point, right? That they are able to understand the four categories here. What is that? They observe the difference between the four categories. Let's write these. So, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, the devotees of the Lord, the Vaishnavas, the innocent, and the atheist. Right? So they distinguish between these four categories. And the words are Prema, Maitri, Kripa. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. So, with the Supreme Lord, they want to build their pure, loving, devotional relationship, right? With the devotees of the Lord, they want to develop friendship, Maitri. With the innocent, those who are not following Krishna consciousness, those who are open-minded, those who want to hear about this process of bhakti, they will be compassionate upon those who are not so fortunate in Krishna consciousness by sharing books, sharing prasadam, sharing the opportunities to be Krishna conscious. And with the atheists, those people who are envious, those who are blasphemers, apeksha, keep a safe distance. No, we want to isolate ourselves with them, otherwise we'll be misled and cheated and disturbed. So avoid, basically. Keep a safe distance, right? So is this distinction good? What do you say? Is this distinction good or bad? Any comments? Because we are reading about, hey, devotee should not distinguish, right? Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni chaiva shopaki cha pandita samadarshina. Anyone knows this verse? 5.18 of Bhagavad Gita. It's a memory verse. I think some of you have memorized it, right? Please keep memorizing verses. I ask kids, hey, you're memorizing verses. If parents do, then kids will also follow. Every day recite a few verses with your kids. All of you have wonderful children. It'll be wonderful family activity every day to recite some verses. So 5.18, it says that, I'm going to share my screen again. The humble sage, Vidya Vinay Sampanni, by the virtue of knowledge, sees with equal vision a learned, a gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, or a dog eater. So this is like the spiritual vision, right? Because inherently they're all spiritual souls, right? They're all spirit. So Mame Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, right? We are all inherently part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So now is this kind of classification then good? We are saying, okay, we keep safe distance from such people. Okay, we associate with them more. Okay, right? What do you think? Any comments? Is it confusing? Is the question making sense at least?
Yeah, Prabhu. I think the categorization has to be there at least in this material world, because it is very difficult, as you said before, it is very easy to hear some conversations, and which will definitely impact our process and also our um, mind with their thoughts. Um, so having, it's not that we are not really differentiating. Hey, I don't want to be with you, or I don't like. We are not really distancing them, but having a very fine line between, if you're going with an atheist, having a clear separation of what to be, what we encourage versus what not, right? Kind of helps us to progress ourselves spiritually. So that's what I'm thinking.
Very nice points. Yes, a Madhyama Adhikari certainly has to make that distinction. Hmm. An Uttama Adhikari does not make any distinction, right? An Uttama Adhikari does not make any distinction. What does he do? Sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and did not discriminate between a theist and a theist. Right? We just read that. Because he's seeing everyone as part and parcel of God. So basically, an Uttama Adhikari makes no distinction. But if one does not distinguish, one cannot preach. Right? So even though there are many Uttama Adhikaris like Srila Prabhupada, but they come to the level of a Madhyama Adhikari to give the message of Krishna consciousness. Right? So we cannot artificially imitate Uttama Adhikari, nor we have to, otherwise it will lead to disaster. Because we may just artificially try to do that and we'll end up in a mess. We don't hate anyone, as we read, na jugupsate. We don't need to hate anyone. But that doesn't mean that we go and embrace a lion. Oh, he's also part and parcel of God, Vidya Vinay Sampanni. Oh, I will kiss a cobra. Right? He's also my brother. We are the sons of the same Father, the Supreme Lord Krishna, which is true, right? Because Krishna is Parampita. Pitamasya Jagato Mata Dhata Pitamaha. Krishna is the seed-giving father. Aham bija pradapita. But that doesn't mean that we have to kiss a cobra or embrace a lion, or we have to have. We cannot artificially act on that level, like Prahlad Maharaj. He was given poison, right? Prahlad Maharaj was given poison. I shared this in the kids' class. Someone asked Prahlad, well, you were given poison and you didn't even shake for a moment. You knew it was poison, right? Like if someone says, okay, here is a cup of condensed poison, not condensed milk, not condensed lassi, condensed poison for you. Oh dear Prabhu, please take it. We will say, what? You're giving me poison? Are you crazy? Like, can you, right? I don't want to take it. Sorry, I'm leaving out of your house. Who are you? Right? And it's fine. We don't need to be sad about it because that's what our situation is and that's what our level is. But Prahlad was given, someone asked Prahlad, Prahlad, you just took it happily. Prahlad said, well, where did poison come from? Okay, help me with this. Okay, where did poison come from? Who's going to answer it? I can't see any one of you. I can't see.
Samudra Manthan, Prabhuji.
Samudra Manthan, the ocean. So ocean is the father of poison, right? Okay, where did Lakshmi Devi come from? Samudra Manthan, right? Samudra Manthan, Lakshmi ji also comes from the ocean. Appears, we can say, right? So Lakshmi ji is, and my father is Narayan, correct? Krishna, Nrsimhadev, Narayan, Vishnu is my father, and Lakshmi is the wife of Narayan, Vishnu. So Samudra and, sorry, Lakshmi and poison come from the same father, that is ocean. So what is my connection with poison? Who's going to answer this? Mama, right? He is the brother of Lakshmi, right? He is the brother of Lakshmi because Lakshmi is my so
Mother and mother,
right?
yeah.
So mother's brother is Mama. Vishnu is my father, Lakshmi is my mother, brothers, so he's my Mama. Hey, Mama, what is he going to do? Mama play with their. So that was his level, right? Of course, it's like a story, like a humorous story, but with a deep message that he was not shaken at all. Of course, we cannot imitate it. But the point is they see everything spiritual. Now, if someone is seeing everything with that lens, then that person cannot preach. For him, everyone is a pure devotee. Everyone is a pure devotee. Everyone is a pure soul, child of God, and no one has, basically, everyone is, they are only seeing that Satchidananda particle, right? They don't even distinguish anything else. So that's Uttamadhikari. That they're all connected to the Supreme Lord. Everything in relation with the Supreme, and does not discriminate between atheist and theist. They have their spiritual vision. Therefore, they see no difference between a Brahmana, right? So one cannot artificially imitate this. Okay. Any comments or additions here in these three types of devotees, and why is it important?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes,
Yes,
so, Prabhuji, one Uttamadhikari devotee is a pure devotee, and also the Madhyamadhikari devotee is also pure devotee, right?
Madhyamadhikari may not be fully at that level, but he's like in a progressive journey. He's on a progressive journey. Sometimes an Uttamadhikari can act like a Madhyamadhikari, as I gave the example of Srila Prabhupada. If Srila Prabhupada would have said, well, New York, all these hippies, after all, they are spirit souls. Why do I need to give class to them? Why do I need to tell them to chant Hare Krishna? They're all pure. Like, a devotee who is preaching has to distinguish between a theist and theist, right? Prabhupada was attacked by, people. Prabhupada, didn't stay there, right? The person in Prabhupada was staying in Bowery, and the person living in that same place tried to attack, steal Prabhupada's typewriter and attack him. And the devotee said, it's not a safe place, leave. So, Uttamadhikari acting on the level of Madhyamadhikari. But that doesn't mean that every Madhyamadhikari is a Uttamadhikari who is acting on the level of Madhyamadhikari. Uttamadhikaris are rare. Who is like Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, who is liberated, who is Jivan Mukta, who is although acting in this body, but he's liberated soul.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Someone asked this question in one of the classes, can we all become Uttamadhikari? Yes, absolutely. That's why we are here, to become pure devotees. That's why that's the goal of life, to become pure devotee.
One more question, Prabhuji. So, can a Madhyamadhikari devotee go to Golok Vrindavan?
That's a tricky question. The point is that going to Golok Vrindavan, is not a question of our desire. I mean, desire is there. It's not even a question of our endeavor and all. I was reading this book, question answer session. Krishna sees our endeavors, right? There's a verse that Krishna preserves what we have and provides what we lack. So our endeavor, our sincerity is only 1%. Let's say we need 100 points to get to go to Golok Vrindavan, right? This is Gaur Gopal Prabhu, way back, 10 years back, I'm remembering this shared. Let's say we need 100 points to go to Golok Vrindavan. And let's say we all are in that line to go to Golok Vrindavan, trying to. Now, what all things we can say, Krishna, please give me points on this. What all things we can say we did and we want to get some points to build our 100 quota. What all we will say? Anyone wants to give some thoughts? Anyone? Please try. You have to collect your documents to get your stamping in the, you have to prove that you are qualified to get there. So how will you prove? What will you say? Please work with me. Anyone? Any responses?
Prabhuji, can you rephrase your question? What was the question?
In college admission, I'll give a material example, then a spiritual example. In a college admission, your daughter has to take admission in Harvard. They won't accept anyone there, right? Someone has to, they have criteria, right? Their criteria. They have the scores, they have their background and extracurriculars and credentials and this, that, so many 20 things they'll see to get into Harvard or IIT or any good. So similarly, going to Goloka Vrindavan is not just okay, I want to go to Goloka Vrindavan. We have to have some credentials, right? So what all we can say to the visa officer that we have some credential, or like giving a visa, or who is stamping the entry, what all will we say? Or one can say, a devotee.
Prabhuji, can I answer?
Yes, please go ahead.
We have followed the spiritual path with the pure heart.
Okay, let's be a little bit more specific. Like spiritual path includes a lot. So
Like
I'm
we have to do the sadhu sangha.
okay,
Mm,
that's
we have
very
to-
good point, right?
and
So you say, okay, I did association of devotees,
yep.
right? Every week I would take Sangha, Vaishnavas. I had choice to watch movie every week, but Krishna, I did not go for movies. I didn't go for casinos. I didn't go for bars. I went for temple and remembered you, Sadhu Sangha. Very nice point. Krishna will say, okay, I give you half a point there. I know what all you will do, right? He was joking, and I'm not saying about anyone here. You come to Sadhu Sangha, you're having all sorts of gossip about saris, about the new car, about job and this. Okay, I know what kind of Sadhu Sangha you're having. Don't tell me, don't let me, show you all the cameras. I have everything recorded here. If I will show you cameras, you are going to feel ashamed about, hey, is this what I was doing in Sadhu Sangha? Right? Okay, this is a humorous exercise. Okay, Sheetal Mataji.
Followed the 4 regulative principles.
Oh, regulative principles. Okay. Now you're saying Krishna says, okay, you are saying you're following 4 regulative principles. I give you 0.01 points for that. Because those are like human principles. Humans are supposed to follow them. You're just by following 4 regulative principles of no meat eating, no intoxication, you're thinking you're going to go to Goloka Vrindavan? Okay, 0.01 points. Thank you for being a human being. And that too also I know. कहाँ कहाँ पे झोल किया अभी कैमरा दिखाऊंगा तो सब कृष्णा right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And please don't take it. I mean, there is a serious note for one's own self, but I'm not kind of reprimanding anyone here. I don't have any right. But I'm just saying this exercise which Gaur Gopal Prabhu did this with us. Okay, what's the next point?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
we have to do our service towards Lord Krishna with fully surrender mode.
We have to do service. Let's be like, okay, I did service for like this is like we have to tell our औरों का छोड़ो अपना आपको अपने credentials बताने, right? You
Yes.
tell you like you made garlands for Krishna, like something like more specific. Krishna, I made
Whatever.
garlands for you, or I cooked bhoga for you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Whatever we do the service for Krishna, we have to do. Means I have to do with fully surrenderness, like surrender mood.
So practical seva, it may include book distribution, it may include making garlands, making bhoga, making a lot of, it's things. So Krishna says, good, but that's maybe 1 point I'll give you. Right?
Prabhuji, taking shelter of a devotee.
Taking shelter of a devotee or guru.
Guru, yes.
Taking shelter of devotee, guru, that's very, very important. And it's very, very nice. Krishna will certainly give some points for that, maybe 5 points. Krishna gives, okay, you have taken shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Very nice. But that too, Krishna knows how many times, we are remembering Guru and how many times we are remembering Maya. Right? How many times we are sincerely following instructions of Guru and how many times we are sincerely following instructions of our senses. So Krishna knows that practically even chanting, one may say, oh, Krishna, I was chanting 16 rounds. I was 16 rounds mein kitni baar were you attentive even 16 times? Or did you hear the mantra even 16 times? the mind was thinking, and let me show you all the videos, how many times you picked phone, how many times you watched WhatsApp, how many times you were doing multitasking. In fact, you have become a left-handy more. You can do it. You're great in multitasking, right? I'll give you 2 points there. Okay. So you see what's going on here. What's going on here? No one will say, okay, you can list maybe 10 more things, but how much points will we collect? Let's say we collect 20 points at the end, right? By this rate, like all our like kind of things we're losing. Even 20, we have to collect 100 now. There's no scope. So if one thing is okay, by my endeavor, I can get to Goloka Vrindavan. Sorry, no one can get there. Whether one is Uttam Adhikari, whether it's the Madhyam Adhikari. The point is one, then one realizes, Krishna, all this I'm doing is only 1%. Your mercy is 90%, 99%, right? So that is the mood of a Vaishnava. It is bhakti is not something we can obtain. Bhakti we can receive. Golok Vrindavan is not something which we can get, we can receive. Bhakti is given to the right candidate, one who shows the sincerity. Yes, we have to show the sincerity. Without that, all the points we listed, the 80% or whatever, without showing our sincerity, the mercy will not flow. Even Mother Yashoda had to run after Krishna, the Modar month is coming. So the whole point is that the question was, can a Madhyam Adhikari go to back home, back to Godhead? A sincere person never considers I'm a Uttam Adhikari. That's the whole mood. Bhakti is, in the more one is, you ask someone, hey, are you Uttam Adhikari? Say, I'm the lowest. Just by hearing my name, people, ears will get polluted. Just by seeing my shadow, they'll get polluted. That's what an Uttam Adhikari thinks. They are not thinking they are Uttama. They are thinking they are Adham. Adhama Patita Prabhu Dware Dware Giya. Amare Kiniya Bolo Gaurahari. And especially what to speak of Madhyama, there is hope for Adhama. Gauranga Karuna Kori Dina Hina Jane Mosama Patita Prabhu Nahidri Bhuvani. मेरे से पतित और कोई नहीं है, मुझसे अधम कोई नहीं. अधम पतित प्रभु द्वारे द्वारे. सबसे जो अधम है उनके घर पे द्वारे द्वारे गया. Those who think I am Uttama, those who think, oh, I am rich, I have degrees, I have opulence, I have this, they are not the qualified recipients of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. The one who thinks I am Adhama. Tvam akinchan gocharam. Akinchan, jiska koi nahi uska, right? One who thinks I have nothing, this is the akinchana mindset. Stay hungry, stay humble. We read in the 4 questions book. Stay hungry, stay humble. Then there is hope for Adham also, and Kanishta also. We learn. We don't know where we are, but don't stay where we are. Internally, we should strive to improve. We know our shortcomings. We know areas for improvement. We should strive to get better. Know where we are and continually go up. But as one goes up, one becomes more humble. Once one becomes more humble, one thinks everyone is better than me. And one who thinks everyone is better than me, that person is very dear in the eyes of Lord. And that person is certainly becomes the right candidate in the eyes of Lord to go back home. Because the mercy flows from high to low. Does that help, Mataji, to answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Was this exercise kind of helpful and eye-opening also?
Yes.
Just think about if Krishna has cameras and recording us 24 hours. right? Just think about. Actually, he's doing that, but
Yeah.
we often forget it. Is it not?
Yes.
Each thought, or to speak of actions, he's recording our thoughts also. What are we thinking? Seeing others, about others. He's recording. He can cheat anyone, right? Recently shared this quote by Sulendranath Swami Maharaj. We can cheat others, but we cannot cheat Krishna. So again, I'm speaking all this for my own self and purification. So 3 kinds of devotees. Any thoughts, comments here? Okay. Let's complete the purport. Shiroma Mataji, do you have anything to share? Sorry, raise your hand. I forgot to ask.
Yes, Prabhuji, I was just sharing that I'm listening to Krishna Katha, but that was on the last discussion.
Okay. Yes, I think, yeah, Krishna Katha, of course, very reading scriptures, hearing scriptures, 5 more points, making a total of 20. Nice.
But then
Okay.
I also thought that I read Krishna or hear Krishna Katha, but at the same time I'm doing household chores and cooking.
Yes, गोपाल प्रभु से कृष्ण कथा में कितनी बार फोन उठाया, कितनी बार सो गया. मंगल आरती, someone said मंगल आरती. So many times he's sleeping, chanting, dozing off, doing multitasking, right? So we know how many, how much imperfections we have, but still striving, still not losing hope. Showing Krishna that no matter what, I'll try, I'll not leave you, I'll not give up. Ashlishyava padratam pinastama vadarshana marmatam mama janmani janmanishwari. I'll not leave you. Okay, let's complete the purport. We have a few few paragraphs left. So from here, anyone would like to read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, Yital Mataji, you can read this paragraph, then someone else can read after her.
Hare Krishna. It is clearly mentioned in this 6th mantra that one should observe or systematically see. This means that one must follow the previous acharyas, the perfected teachers. Anupashyati is the exact Sanskrit word used in this connection. Anu means to follow and pashyati means to observe. Thus, the word anupashyati means that one should not see things as he does with the naked eye, but should follow the previous acharyas. Due to material defects, the naked eye cannot see anything properly. One cannot see properly unless one has heard from a superior source, and the highest source is the Vedic wisdom, which is spoken by the Lord Himself. Vedic truths are coming in disciplic succession from the Lord to Brahma, and from Brahma to Narad, from Narad to Vyas, and from Vyas to his many disciples. Formerly, there was no need to record the messages of the Vedas because people in earlier ages were more intelligent and had sharper memories. They could follow the instructions simply by hearing once from the mouth of a bona fide spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. The word anupashyati is most critical here. What does the word anu mean? Can anyone share where the word anu comes in Sanskrit or somewhere in your think about you may have heard before?
Prabhuji, Anu means small also, like atomic, Anu, but that's Anu.
Yeah, that's correct, but anu has different meanings. So here the meaning is
Here it means to follow.
to follow. Now, can you think of places where the word anu, to follow, is used? I mean, it's used in this verse, like anywhere else. Can someone think of? We are called Rupa Nugas, right? We are called Prabhupada Anugas. Anugachati, right? Anugachati, to follow. Rupa Nuga. Rupa Nuga means the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. Prabhupada Anuga. Anugaman. Anugaman, also the Sanskrit word, to come after or to follow. So following Srila Prabhupada, following Srila Rupa Goswami. So the word is Atmani Evanu Pashyati. Anu Pashyati. Basically, how are they doing? By observation. Observation means, observes in a systematic way, which is basically Anupashyati. From whom? From advanced souls, right? We are all learning, or we should learn from the advanced souls, from Guru, from spiritual master, Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, by observing how they do, by hearing. Right? That's what we read here. By hearing, like from the Guru, Shishya, disciplic succession, Parampara. By reading Shastras, right? So we see not through the eyes, but through the ears. That is scriptures. We see through the Shravanam process. Let's complete this purport. Yes. Ruby Mataji, you want to read? Anyone?
Yes,
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 Mataji. Here.
So Prabhuji, all
At present.
at present there are many commentaries on the revealed scriptures, but most of them are not in the line of disciplic succession coming from Srila Vyasadeva, who originally compiled the Vedic wisdom. The final, most perfect and sublime work for Srila Vyasadeva is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. There is also the Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by Lord himself and recorded by Vyasadeva. These are the most important revealed scriptures, and many commentary that contradicts the principles of Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is unauthorized. There is completely agreement among the Upanishads, Vedanta Sutra, Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. And no one should try to reach any conclusion about the Vedas without receiving the instructions from members of Vyasadeva's disciplic succession, who believe in the personality of Godhead and his diverse energies as they are explained in Sri Isopanishad. Hare Krishna.
Very bold. Okay, Shri Mataji, you want to complete this last few sentences?
Yes, Prabhuji. Where should I use Prabhuji? According to Bhagavad Gita 18.54, only one who is already on the liberated platform, Brahma Bhuta, can become an Uttamadhikari devotee and see every living being as his own brother. This vision cannot be had by politicians who are always after some material gain. One who imitates the symptoms of an Uttamadhikari may serve another's outward body for the purpose of fame or material reward, but he does not serve the spirit soul. Such an imitator can have no information of the spiritual world. The Uttamadhikari sees the spirit soul within the material body and serves him as spirit. Thus, the material aspect is automatically served. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The Prabhupada is warning against the pseudo imitators, or the imitators of like pseudo Uttamadhikaris. They act like Uttamadhikaris, but they have material motives. Oh, Hindu Chini Bhai Bhai, right? Like Bhai Bhai, Bhaichara. Why? Material motive or some other, right? Oh, you know, I'm your brother, and then trying to kill that person behind. So unless one is at Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, na shochati, na kanchati, samah sarveshu bhuteshu, mad bhaktim labhate param. Unless one is a devotee of Lord Krishna, pure devotional service, one cannot be at the Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. If we do not have that vertical relationship with Krishna, we cannot have good horizontal relationship. Very, very simple. If we cannot have a vertical, and the more stronger our vertical relation will be, the stronger our horizontal relation will be. And I think we have discussed this many times through a diagram also, which I'll make it again. I'll draw it. So it's maybe husband here, wife here, Krishna here, right? You see there's a big gap. But we both try to move towards Krishna, right? And let's say they get here and they get here. The gap reduces. They're both trying to establish a vertical relation. They get here gradually, here further reduces, and finally they'll get to. So in short, our vertical relation with Krishna is going to help us in all our horizontal relationship also. But of course, that's not the main goal. We serve Krishna. But it just naturally, one will not be disturbed no matter what ups and downs come in life, because no matter who we are, it will come. So one cannot imitate just a Uttamadhikari like that. That's the point Prabhupada is making. And in the next verse, in the 7th verse, Prabhupada is explaining, the Ishopanishad is explaining. I'll just read the translation very quickly. Maybe some other day we will read. And one who sees all living entities as spiritual sparks, basically, Vidya Vinay Sampanni, in equality one, right? Quality oneness, right? Achintya Bheda Bhed Tattva, same in quality, but not in the quantity. We are not God in quantity, but in quality. Becomes the true knower of the things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Tatra ko na, tatra ko moha, ko moha ko shoka. Usko koi moh shok nahi hota. Moh is illusion and shoka is lamentation. No fear, no moh. Shoka moha bhayapaha bhaktir utpadyate pumsam. By pure bhakti, shoka moha is gone. Fear is gone. Doubt is gone. Illusion is gone. Abhadra is gone. Bhagavatam says that. Gita says that. So many verses. Just to summarize, today we learned about the 3 types of devotees, Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. We also learned that we should not, for preaching, one should be at the level of Madhyama at least. One should not act like a Kanishta, not be Kanishta, not stay at the Kanishta. That's dangerous. That's materialistic. That's quarrelsome. Don't fight with devotees, right? Don't fight with anyone. Jugupsate, don't envy anyone because it's going to only spoil us. It's like a charcoal in our heart. It's going to burn us. And even if we have to stay away, yes, we have to stay. We have to distinguish. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Peksha. 4 classes. Love, the Supreme Lord, Maitri, with like-minded devotees who are sincere, who are trying. And then Kripa, to those who are not so fortunate. Upeksha, stay away. Some relationships, stay away. Keep a healthy, safe distance. Don't kiss a cobra. Don't embrace a lion. It's going to harm us. And the people with those mentalities, it's going to harm us. And then we talked about Anupashyati. And then we talked about how we should not be imitators. And we also discussed about how bhakti is received. And in this vision, with this vision, one can see Krishna everywhere. In that spiritual spark, everything can in relation to Krishna. So let's take some quick thoughts, comments, questions before we stop for today. Any quick thoughts, comments, corrections? Anyone has? Anything struck you? Okay. I guess everything is clear.
Prabhuji, can you just, did you erase that, the whiteboard?
Can I share the whiteboard?
Yeah.
The vertical and the horizontal one?
Right. Just want to, yeah.
So here is Ekant Prabhu. Dhanyamata. Both are going towards Krishna. And they both are having the interpersonal relationship also improves. They're gradually moving towards Krishna.
With all the help of devotees, Prabhuji, with all the help of your devotees.
That is true. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, I just want to.
Thank you. Any other comments before we stop? Okay, so we'll pause here and continue. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I have another Thursday. We'll resume Thursday. Thank you. Bhagavad Gita Upanishad ki jai, Isha Upanishad ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhya Vacha Patitanam. Thank you.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.